Pony Fantasy V, Exodus of the Void, by G.M. Blackjack. Chapter 23, Everfree. The dropship arrived at the shrine in a matter of minutes, landing on top of the strangely mountainous island. The mares trotted out of the open door into the cold, humid breeze of the ocean. They were all silent. Tear stains could still be seen on Pinky and Marble's eyes, but the two had calmed down on the trip over. Twilight took in a deep breath and let it out. This place smells serene somehow. It feels wrong, Applejack grunted. It shouldn't be this calm and natural while X-Death is out romping around. Rarity and Rainbow Dash nodded in agreement. Before the conversation could continue, Fluttershy walked up to them. "He's ready," she said, pointing her muzzle at the stone shrine in the center of the island. It was a simple, gray, gazebo-like structure with a single statue in the center. Fluttershy looked at Marble and Pinky. "And Marble? Mom? What happened?" "I'll tell you later, Fluttershy," Pinky said. "Right now, we've got to see what he has to say." Marble nodded and began to trot towards the stone shrine. Starlight looked at the shrine warily. "Wait, we're not seriously considering asking him for help, right? That's crazy, right?" "Just talking to him," Pinky responded. "Him?" Rarity asked. "You'll find out soon enough." Pinky grinned despite herself. "It'll be fun." Twilight blinked. "That's not very reassuring." The group slowly came up to the stone shrine, and they got a better look at the gazebo. It was a very simple structure. 6 featureless columns held up a single pointed roof. Under this roof was a smooth, flat foundation made of a simple stone, upon which a single statue stood. Unlike the simplistic structure, this statue was a complex shape, a snake-like being with parts and pieces of many different animals all over it. The tail of a dragon, the arm of a griffin, the wing of a bat, stood with its head pulled back in laughter, almost as if it was singing. Applejack shuddered. "I don't like the looks of this thing." "You shouldn't," Starlight said, hiding in the back of the group. Marble walked up to the statue, her eyes glowing purple. She pulled back her hood and raised her front hooves. A strange purple magic began to flow out of her and into the shrine, creating glowing designs in the featureless shape. The statue in the center began to wobble and shake, glowing an intense purple as it seemed to break apart. "Awaken," Marble spoke. Most of the ponies turned to Marble in surprise. It was the first time most of them had heard her speak. That was a nice nap. The deep but upbeat voice found its way to their ears, and they saw that the statue had come to life and was stretching his various limbs like a cat. "Hello, world! It is good to be back. Prepare to once again feel the dance of the Discord." Pinky chuckled. "That would be nice." "Pinky!" Starlight yelled. "I've heard the legends. Letting him out is a bad idea. Talking to him is a bad idea." Discord chuckled. "Oh, it's not all that bad. Unlike certain villains, I don't brutally murder ponies. They can't be amusing after that." Fluttershy smiled. "Yeah, little old Discord is just a little misunderstood." Applejack looked Discord up and down. "What is it, my little orange?" Discord chuckled. "Do you like what you see? Perhaps a date?" Applejack face-hooved. "Okay, made up my mind about you." She turned to Pinky. "Why are we talking to him again?" "He knows things," Pinky said. "Lots of things." "Like you?" Rarity asked. In a different way. Not quite so weird." "I find that insulting," Discord announced. "I'm Discord, spirit of chaos and disharmony. I am the most random thing there is. Debatable, Pinky said. For a split second, everyone was convinced she had become a large elephant wearing a blue footsuit with the words, "This sentence has no content," on it. Discord narrowed his eyes. I could engage in a randomness battle, but alas, I am confined by the walls of this shrine. Thanks to you and your heroes, Pinky, he glared. Twilight turned to Pinky. He was defeated by the Warriors of the Dawn? Yeah, Pinky said. We locked him up here and sometimes come to talk to him. I've been doing it most now, Fluttershy said. He's making real progress in rehabilitation. He only killed one bunny last time, Pinky said, cheerfully. At this remark, Fluttershy looked ashamed, and Marble let out an exasperated sigh. Discord clasped his hands together. It's progress, he chuckled. Deliciously, totally not fake progress. Marble face-hooved. Anyway, you're all here because I sent out the strongest psychic message I could in my state. He glanced at Marble. Surprised you heard it. Fluttershy fixed Discord with a look. Really, Discord? You're supposed to stop insulting people. Discord sighed. Fine. You're a pretty good seer, Marble. Yeah. Now, onward. You ponies are talking about sieging XXIII's castle. Yes? We already are, Pinky confirmed. Yeah. Well, XXIII's not there. He's in the Everfree. Fluttershy, Pinky, and Marble gasped. What is he doing there? Fluttershy asked. And how do you know? Rainbow Dash muttered. You've been stuck here! Have faith in my abilities, explosive Rainbow Pegasus. Nice light show, by the way, on that tower. Really did a number on the Void Spawn. And to answer the actually important question, he's after the Tree of Harmony. But why would he do that? Fluttershy asked. I know he has a grudge, but what's the benefit? Discord facepalmed. I don't know everything. I just know he wants to destroy it and is trying to accomplish it personally. He's there right now. Rarity blinked. Would destroying the tree be bad? She asked. Fluttershy gulped, nodding. Without the Tree of Harmony, all life would slowly lose its spark. Its will to live. Twilight blinked. So, what? It's the life crystal? Seems like it, Rarity said, shrugging. Whatever it is, we should protect it. We can't let this world decay as well. Fluttershy nodded. I'm coming too. Pinky's jaw dropped. What? Fluttershy! Mom? No buts, please? Tears welled in her eyes. I just wanted to be with you more. I feel like we haven't been together now that we can. Pinky looked like she was about to say otherwise, but then she saw something no pony else could see. Discord raised an eyebrow. Interesting. Pinky sagged. You can come. But if I tell you to run, you run. Got it? Run, run. Got it. Pinky nodded, turning to Marble. You'll watch Discord? Marble nodded, beginning to undo the spell on the being of chaos. And with this, alas, I must be off. Such a terrible woe for all of you pretty ponies. He cackled. Especially you, orange one. Applejack bristled. She bucked him in the face as he was turning back to stone. He put his hands on his nose in pain. Oh! I'll have you know that this nose is the... His talking was cut short by his return to statue form. Pinky giggled. He looks like he's picking his nose. Applejack smirked. I approve of this new form of his. Fluttershy sighed. He's going to be really grumpy next time we have a session. She shook her head. It'll be a hard setback to overcome. Starlight poked her head out from behind Twilight. He gone? Good. Can we, go now? Leave? Pinky grinned and hugged Starlight. Of course we can. Back to the dropship. Bye, Marble. Marble just smiled and made a humming noise, turning back to the statue of Discord. The 7 mares piled into the dropship, Twilight at the helm. "Well," she said, rubbing her hooves, "here we go. Where's the Everfree forest?" "Fly up," Pinky said. "Look for the only thing you can see that's purple. It's magic! Isn't that right, Starlight?" "It's just basic deduction, Pinky," Starlight deadpanned. "Also known as magic!" Pinky giggled. Starlight rolled her eyes. "I guess so." The dropship blasted off into the sky and set off towards the Everfree forest. The Everfree forest was beautiful when seen from above, a brilliant purple shape on the ground below, echoing with strange magics and soft lights. And yet, despite the beauty, it also felt dangerous to all who looked at it. Strange, jagged shapes in the trees, darkness collecting among them, and the ever-present feeling of the forest watching you. The dropship calmly descended along the edge of the forest, right up against the tree line. The hatch flipped open, and the 7 mares trotted right out. "Now that," Rarity announced, "was a proper landing." "Proper things are boring," Rainbow Dash groaned. "Boring is, not a bad thing," Fluttershy said, smiling meekly. She looked at the forest. "I wonder what sorts of creatures we'll find in there." "Beasts," Applejack said. "Monstrous beasts. I can just feel them wanting to eat us." Starlight rolled her eyes. "Please, what can a mere beast do to us? We've plowed through armies! Surely we can take care of a few simple creatures." "Murphy will remember that," Pinky said. "Forget Murphy," Starlight said with a bombastic vigor. Pinky giggled. "That's the spirit!" Twilight poked her head into the tree line. "It's going to be hard to see in here. What exactly are we going to be looking for?" "The biggest tree! The one made of crystal!" Pinky said. "Or X-Death," Rainbow Dash said. "If we can find him, this whole problem will be taken care of like that." "We have a plan for what to do when we find him?" Applejack asked. "Smash him!" Pinky and Rainbow Dash yelled at the same time. Applejack shrugged. "Good enough." Rarity groaned. "We are really doing this without a plan. Really. It doesn't seem like you guys have a plan much of the time at all." "We had a plan when we attacked the tower," Rarity retorted. "Which just amounted to get in, smash, and get out," Twilight observed. "It worked, didn't it?" Rarity said. "Not really," Pinky said, drooping. Fluttershy frowned. "You okay?" "Yes. No. Well," she sighed. "We'll talk about it later. Right now, let's just have fun romping through a forest." "Woohoo!" She bounced away, Twilight following close behind. It took all of 15 minutes for Starlight to feel inclined to state the obvious. "We're lost." "Starlight," Pinky said. "Lost is just another way of saying on an adventure!" "Thing is, I don't think we could find our way out at this point even if we wanted to." "Starlight has a point," Twilight said. "There is a lot of magical energy around here designed to confuse senses. And I mean a lot." She shook her muddled head. "I'm starting to see quesadillas." "It'll get in your head and do weird things," Applejack summarized. "So, how do we beat it?" Every pony was silent. "Just keep walking without a plan." "Got it." "Logic dictates that we will eventually arrive at something," Pinky said. "No offense, dear, but that's Pinky logic," Rarity said. "It operates on a completely different level from regular things." "I'm right a lot of the time, though." "That may be true, but how exactly does it help us?" Rainbow Dash shrugged. "I have no idea. Sorry, Pinks, I'm getting a little tired of just wandering around randomly." "It's only been 15 minutes!" Twilight shouted. I think your patience is one of the lowest in all history." "In other news, water is wet," Rainbow Dash retorted. Fluttershy shrugged. "At least she admits it. That's the first step." Pinky giggled. "Yup." It was at this moment the trees before them parted to reveal a T-Rex bear hybrid that was in the middle of a blood rage-fueled attack on a large rock. The creature in question looked rather haggard, beat up, and geared for battle. It noticed the 7 mares and turned to them, its eyes lighting up as if on fire. It charged. Every pony readied their weapons and attacks, ready to defeat this beast. "Wait!" Fluttershy yelled. "Don't hurt each other!" The T-Rex bear and the mares stared at Fluttershy in shock. "What?" Starlight said. "Just don't fight," Fluttershy said. "T-Bear here has been having a bad day, I can tell. Isn't that right, T-Bear?" The T-Bear slowly nodded. "I bet you've been beat up by all the larger T-Bears, haven't you? So sad." She smiled at him. "But we won't beat you up. We can be friends and help you through those ugly bruises." The T-Bear looked at them all in distrust, huffing. "Language, Mr. T-Bear," Fluttershy said, aghast. "You should mind your manners around ponies you don't know. You try to make a good impression." The T-Bear looked down in shame. "Now, you could make it up to us," Fluttershy said. The T-Bear looked up, hopeful. "We're looking for the Tree of Harmony. Do you think you could take us while I have Rarity there heal your wounds?" The T-Bear nodded, standing up and pointing in a direction. Fluttershy turned to the rest of the mares and smiled. "There you go. Rarity, would you be nice and heal T-Bear here?" Rarity could barely comprehend what had just happened. "Sure, darling. Sure." Starlight turned to Pinky. "What did we just see?" "Fluttershy being amazing, that's what!" Pinky shouted. "You go, Fluttershy!" Rainbow Dash's face hoved. "I just remembered. I have a Beastmaster power inside of me. I could have done that." "Yeah, well, you forgot," Applejack said, "and the buttery yellow Pegasus outshone you." Rainbow Dash bristled. The group continued through the Everfree, now with a guide through the ever-twisting and winding shapes of the forest. Starlight found herself looking at Pinky and Fluttershy, mother and daughter, laughing, talking, and spending time together that had been lost, despite the fact that Pinky hadn't told Fluttershy anything about Maud. Suddenly, Pinky was next to Starlight. "Hiya!" Starlight rolled her eyes. "Hey, Pinky. Catch me watching you?" I always know about that. I just decided now was a good time to talk." Starlight bit her lip. "About what?" "Why she doesn't know yet." Pinky sagged. Things are about to go really, really bad. Like, really bad. Don't ask me how, I can't tell you." Starlight thought this was a bit of a cop-out, but didn't press the issue. "All I know is these are going to be some of the last really happy times she gets to have for a while. It's why I let her come along." Pinky sighed. "She needs to be able to enjoy herself just a little longer." "I guess that is your talent," Starlight said. "When will you tell her?" "When it happens," Pinky said, frowning. She turned to Starlight. "Do what you have to do." Starlight tensed. "What?" "Do it," Pinky said. "And please, move on. Don't let it define you." Starlight was speechless. What was she... "Here, take this," Pinky said, producing a necklace with a pink crystal on it. She put it on Starlight's neck. "Hold on to that." "Oh, okay." Then Pinky bounced behind a tree and reappeared next to Fluttershy, and the two began to talk and laugh once more. "Hey, Starlight," Rainbow Dash said. "Where'd you get that necklace?" "Pinkie Pie just gave it to me," she said, in minor disbelief. "Whoa," Rainbow Dash said, leaning in for a closer look. I gotta say, that's a pretty cool pink crystal. Looks complicated. Wonder what crazy depths she tore that out of. I have no idea. You know, Pinky, Starlight nervously laughed. It could be from the moon for all we know. Rainbow Dash shrugged. Who knows? I'd hold on to it if I were you, though. Starlight nodded. Yeah. The conversation was cut short, for they had arrived. A tremendous crystalline tree stood before them, spiraling upwards into the sky, glinting in the sun that most of the forest could not see. Crystals of all colors and shapes draped from the tree, shining rainbow rays of light around the clearing. Well, Applejack said, looks to be intact. Looks like X-Death didn't make it here yet. Rarity's eyes sparkled. My goodness! This is so fabulous! Look at the color, the shine, the elegance! Thank you, T-Bear, Fluttershy said. I'll call you if we need you again, okay? The T-Bear nodded and walked off. It was at this point Starlight's pupils dilated and she began to shake in fear. Starlight? Twilight asked. What's wrong? Starlight thought for a second, her mind thinking thousands of thoughts. Then she got Pinky looking at her and nodding. The unicorn took a deep breath and pointed at the Tree of Harmony. The Warriors of Light turned and they saw a creature, humanoid in shape, feminine in appearance. It was crystalline in nature, had 3 horns, razor-sharp teeth, and a reptilian tail and hooved legs, contrasting with its clawed hands. 3 pairs of wings grew off its back. It roared. Fluttershy meekly hid behind a bush. Twilight blasted the creature with a burst of magic, to little effect beyond angering it. The being leapt down from the tree and attacked Twilight, breaking through the barrier with ease and digging into her skin. Twilight's eyes screamed in pain, while her mouth remained locked shut. Applejack wasn't having any of this, charging the creature with her sword and driving the blade right into it. Realizing very quickly that crystal is a lot stronger than your average sword, the blade bounced off the target's body easily. Well, I'll be. Rarity healed Twilight from a distance, but this only made the creature lock onto her. Oh my, she said, her own shields not doing anything to protect her from the beastly claws. Hey, Ninny Muffin! Rainbow Dash yelled. Take this! Her wings glowed with the ugly green power, and she engulfed the creature. It was obviously not happy with the toxin encasing it, but it just wouldn't go down. What? Rainbow Dash said, not having time to dodge the onslaught of the 6-winged creature. Pinkie Pie moved next, producing a skillet and walloping the creature alongside the head with it. Take that, you big meanie! The creature turned its head and snarled at Pinkie, charging the pink pony, only to find that she had appeared on its back. Hiya! Tango time! Pinkie began to do a tango with the creature in midair, before suplexing it into the ground. The creature was barely phased, but then it was hit by a tree Twilight was using as a makeshift club. The physical bulk of the tree, traveling at high speed, tossed the creature far across the clearing into another tree. The creature stood up and roared, but Applejack and Pinkie Pie attacked it. A few party grenades, dances, and ninja-like movements had the creature on its back once more. Rarity shot it with her bow, slowing its speed. Then she increased the speed of Rainbow Dash, who crashed into it with a fiery explosion. It's going down! Rainbow Dash cheered, rubbing her head where she had impacted the crystal. It was, in fact, weakening. It was barely able to stand, barely able to walk. Pinkie grinned. Hey, Ifrit! Yes, the fire creature said. You and Titan go at her together. Feel the hellfire, crystalline beast! Ifrit roared, swirling the flames around it, while Titan simply appeared and punched the creature into the ground. Twilight followed this up with another hit from the tree. Rainbow Dash chuckled. Time to take this thing out. Pink's frying pan. It's a skillet today, Dashy! Whatever. Rainbow Dash took the skillet and brought it down on the prone form of the creature. The crystalline form shattered. Then Starlight stopped casting the illusion. The Warriors of Light saw what was really happening at that moment. The Tree of Harmony was cracked, broken from their attacks on the innocent crystalline woman before them. Not a beast at all, just a projection that was fading fast. Then a large golden spear flew out of the Everfree forest, impacting the Tree of Harmony right in the central gemstone. It shattered, revealing a true isometric crystal inside it, glowing a soft white. Twilight gasped. It was a crystal. You have been fooled. He has... The spear came back around, impacting the life crystal and shattering it into 1,000 pieces. A deep laugh filled their ears. Well done, Starlight, XXIII said, marching into the clearing. Starlight, shaking, bowed. My lord. You're done here. Return to the castle and assist Sunset, he ordered. As you wish. She turned to look at the other 6 mares. There were looks of disbelief on all their faces, and a look of unbridled rage in the case of Rainbow Dash. But in the case of Pinkie just nodded. Starlight grasped the necklace Pinkie had given her, winced, and teleported away. XXIII marched towards the 5 mares before him. Well, well, well. Look at what you've done. The Warriors of Light, sworn to protect the crystals, have been paramount in destroying one. Oh, the irony. Twilight growled. You monster! We'll take you down right here, right now, Applejack yelled. Then we'll destroy your entire army, Rainbow Dash continued. XXIII laughed. I really don't think so. You are small fries compared to me, little ponies. And you just used a lot of energy, fighting against one of the very sources of your power. He snapped his fingers. The 5 of them were encased in bubbles of red lightning. They all screamed, the pain flooding into them from all sides of their imprisonment. They felt the very life force draining away from each of them. XXIII laughed. Goodbye, heroes. You've been beyond useful. No! Fluttershy yelled. T-Bear, teach him a lesson! The T-Bear rushed into the clearing and knocked XXIII to the side. Then it ate him in one bite. Yay! Fluttershy said. Good T-Bear, you're a good T-Bear. And then she paused, realizing the prisons were still active around her friends and family. Oh no. Tears filled her eyes. T-Bear, I'm so sorry! It looked at her with sorrowful eyes. It understood and accepted her apology. And then it exploded, a very angry XXIII pulsing with dark energy. Stupid animals! He turned to Fluttershy, levitating her up in front of him. Pinkie's daughter. I've heard so much about you. I'm surprised she let you come on this journey. He laughed. I've always thought I would just torture Pinkie to death slowly. But how about I shatter her very soul by vaporizing you from existence? Fluttershy began to cry, unable to form any response to that. Ha! You're the daughter of the legendary hero who delivered the final blow to me? Who outmaneuvered me? Pathetic! You deserve to die for failing to live up to your legacy. He raised a hand and sensed something change behind him. He turned. Pinkie Pie was no longer in her prison. He had no idea where her prison had even gone. Her hair was flat, her eyes glaring, and her mouth was twisted into a psycho grin. In her front hoof was a knife glowing an unnatural pink color. XXIII tensed. He had never seen this before. Pinkie looked right into XXIII's face. I'd drop her if I were you. Right now. Author's note. Coming this weekend, the chapter I've been waiting to write since the very start of this endeavor. Chapter 24, Megalovania. It will be epic. GM, Master of Weekends. As with the last time, I do not promise to keep that schedule of next weekend. I'm not even 100% certain when next weekend will be. I'm recording this on a Thursday. It could come out tomorrow on Friday, or it could come out next Monday. If it comes out next Monday, there's a lot better chance I actually will do this again next weekend, or this weekend. If it comes out on Friday, I do not promise you're getting another chapter Saturday or Sunday. It's probably not happening. We shall see. Anyway, on to the actual chapter notes. Too bad about T-Bear. Unfortunate. It probably should not have tried to swallow him whole. Biting him in half would have been a far better strategy. Although, something tells me that also would not have killed XXIII. He's a little tough for that. Even discounting the narrative, lore-wise in universe, I think he's more powerful than to be chopped in half by a simple T-Rex bite. Still, swallowing things whole is generally a bad idea if they're not dead yet. Just on a general rule, don't swallow your enemies whole. Chew them up first. Alright, because I've read this story before, and I remember bits and pieces, I knew Starlight betrayed them to XXIII, and that she had been working with him the whole time. But I do not know what exactly is going on here. I'm not sure I figured it out the first time round. This is very interesting. How she works with them doesn't feel like that. It's weird. I'm wondering if maybe, he has a threat he's holding over her to keep her in line or something. That seems to work the best with what I've seen here. I think it could be that she's with him, but she seems to have second thoughts when she's supposed to pull off the illusion. She has that moment, and then there's Pinky talking to her. Just how much did Pinky know? I don't know. What's going on with Starlight confuses me to no end. And I don't know. I don't think we're going to find out. Maybe we will, and I just forgot. I kind of hope so, because I'm really curious. I guess we'll see. Thanks for listening. I hope you had a good time, everyone. Goodbye. Have a nice day.